Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. Happy Wednesday. Let's get this music pulled down and switch down over to my face. At all. The plan for today is going to be continuing on Discworld II, Mortality Bytes. Hey Game Breaker, let's do this. That's the plan. When we last left off, we made it to Act 3. So story-wise, we were tasked with finding Death and bringing him back to Discworld so that the undead no longer roam the streets. So Act 1, we went on a long adventure to summon Death, and then we figured out he was on the far-off coast of 4X. At which point we were tasked with giving Death something exciting to do, which was make a movie about him. We made that movie and it was successful, and now Death has become a diva pop star. So Rincewind, our main character, has now become Death. We hopped on Death's horse and went to his domain, and that's where we're going to start off for today. Rewatched some of yesterday's stream since you were out for a bit of it. Well, I hope you're all caught up. I would hate for anyone to miss out on the hot lore here. You know, the lore of using the saw on the ironing board to get a surfboard. Alright. So, I guess we're just the Grim Reaper now. Oh, kick him in the head. Please kick him in the head. I'll take it.
I guess I need to win his confidence first.
Alright, do we have any carrots? Horses love carrots, famously. Ooh. They cleared out my inventory. But I still have the zombie mouse, and I gained the magnet again.
I'll pick them all up, and then I'll just be grasping at straws. Get it? Grasping at... All right, I apologise, all right?
It's when to pay the tax.
A horse trough, a trough for serving up horses. Please let me have some dignity. Anyway, I'm not thirsty.
Alright. We got the rope from the stable. The garden. Ladies and gentlemen, we found a little guy.
I think he's beyond talking.
It's a prime little guy right there.
Yes, I think Death could probably do with some serious advice about his choice of decor. A little skeleton gnome. How quaint.
You know, we don't have the skeleton on the stream overlay, so we'll have to deal with just having a gnome skeleton. Alright, was there something over here? Oh good, Death has his own bees. His own evil death bees.
What a short memory we have. I'll need some head protection and some smoke first.
Ah, yes. Susan of the Death Domain.
Maybe someone's fixed Death's little red wagon.
Hey, leave that alone, you!
A skelenomer. Susan, tell me about your wagon.
My, what a lovely toy cart.
You can't have it.
Oh, please.
Oh, all right then. But get me another toy first. One of the autobiographies from the Hall of Records should do. Something to laugh at.
Laugh? Those are people's life stories we're talking about here. Real tragedies, hopes, dreams, triumphs and aspirations. How can you possibly find them amusing?
I was thinking of yours. That should be a laugh. Just bring it here once you've found it.
Gonna paint this wagon red with Susan's blood.
Hello there. And what are we doing in this awful place, eh?
What are we doing here? Well, I'm minding my own
Push Susan off the
business. As for
swing,
what
throw her
you're
wagon
doing,
in the
some of us
pond.
would rather not know. Apart from that, there doesn't seem to be much going on.
Well, I was only trying to be friendly.
Yes, probably not a good idea, seeing as you're wearing that dress. I was always told not to talk to strangers, and it'd be hard to be stranger than you.
Well, excuse me. All I thought was, hello, here's another mortal in the land of death, then. I mean, it seemed we might have a few mutual talking points, information to exchange, pleasantries, something in common, that sort of thing.
Well, it looks as if we buy our clothes in the same shop.
So, is Death on like a one name basis? Are they living in a Cher situation or a Shakira, something like that? Or is Death just the last name? Is his name Charles Death? Is this his daughter Susan Death?
Let me guess. Death's handmaiden?
No, actually, I'm his granddaughter.
This is Susan Death.
Was there something I can help you with?
Well, it's just that I don't know quite what to do. I'm supposed to be standing in for Death, but I don't know what to do next.
Yes?
But what am I supposed to do? I mean, what does a living Death do with his time? It all
Broke her
seems
souls
dead
to the other
boring
side.
to me.
You'll have to give me a signal when you expect me to laugh.
In a universe of infinite possibilities, I suppose that hairstyle had to come up somewhere. Excuse me, I think it's probably time for me to take my medicine.
How's the audio level for you guys? It feels a little quiet in my ears. Let me know if I need to bump it up or anything.
A sundial. It doesn't seem to have a pointy thing. For casting a shadow. I can't even tell the time using an hourglass.
Yeah, do we have anything that would cast a shadow? Like a boomerang or a knife?
That won't help at all. Cutting that.
Sounds okay to you? That's all that matters. That's the rope we got. There's our fishing rod. The voices are a tad higher than the game, though. Yeah, I did that on purpose. That was one of the first things we did was oh, my voice is a tad higher than the game, though. Let's just we'll turn the game up just a touch. I would hate for you to miss out on my beautiful voice. I always try to keep myself a little bit louder than the game. Just a little bit, though. Oh, okay. Maybe this area is just quiet. Oh. I didn't see what this area was called. I'm gonna guess it's called House. We go out this way? I'm sure House is where the game wants me to go. But I've never listened before, and today will not be the day that I start. Corn! We found corn!
Funny, I've never really thought of death as a home baking kind of guy. I'd need a scythe to make any impact on that lot.
Alright. We go into the house, we get the scythe, we get the corn, and then it's game over. Once we get the corn, easy peasy.
I can enter the house, maybe I can even climb onto it. But I certainly can't pick it up. Death's homey little house, complete with black walls, black floors and black ceilings. It doesn't start looking any better as I get closer either.
Golf bag. Got a few curtains. Well, time to loot Death's house. Oh, sorry. My house. If he didn't want me to steal everything in here, he wouldn't have become a diva pop star.
Oh, I'm not really a golf sort of person. Actually, I'm surprised Death had the time.
You're trying to think of cool names for Death's Realm. The 12th Hour, Lounging for the Living. Rabbit. Do you guys ever... I say ever. Do you guys still sleep with, stuffed animals on your bed? My mom, in particular, still has her childhood doll on her bed.
No thanks, I'm trying to maintain an image.
I never had like a beloved stuffed toy when I was a kid. You haven't since you were like 9. My toys when I was young were all hard plastic. You know, your classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the like. Can I steal both curtains?
This curtain's stuck fast in place.
No, I can only get one. The scythe right there?
Now we're cooking with charcoal. With this, I really feel the goods.
Yo, we got the scythe. Hold up, hold up. Rest of the house, eat your heart out. It's corn time. You have a bunch of them, but you're not sleeping with them. They are present looking over you, though. You threw out your teddy bear when you moved out of your parents' house. You regret it now. It would be nice to have it looking over you on a shelf. Personally, I'm not really hurting for decor. But yeah, I get it. I mean, I still have... I've still got my little Pikachu. He's sitting on my bookshelf behind my desk. Right next to my, my big old Sesame Street cooking jar and the Majora's Mask that I made out of clay when I was in 7th grade. Everyone, it's scythe time. Time for corn.
Ow, my back, my aching back.
No corn for me? No corn for me. what's even the point? Terrible game. This will be taken into account in my final rating. Can you collect corn? Not at all. I shed one single tear.
Hey, there's a little key under it.
Is it a skeleton key?
A key to death's door. Shouldn't it be a skeleton key?
I feel like 90% of the jokes in this game are just the lowest hanging fruit jokes you could think of, which means I could write for this game no problem. When you sleep, he will peek at you. I don't think I have to worry about Pikachu staring at me. The giant toad statue I have over there is a bit more of a concern. He does just sit there and watch me.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I'm here to become Death.
You what?
You know, Death. The Pale Horseman.
Talks like this.
Very big in the hourglass and scythes department.
You?
Oh, not for long. Just until himself gets back. I have to fill in for a while, you know, get the backlog moving, that sort of thing.
Got the faintest idea how to do it, have you?
Well, I suppose so.
We got standards to maintain, mister. We takes a pride in our work.
We don't just take our scythe and go and cut corn willy-nilly.
You got to be up to snuff before you can be Deaf.
Now, how do you mean?
Well, you got to be able to ride the pale horse, and you got to wear the right clothes. Deaf wouldn't be seen getting anything but a black robe. Yeah, you'll need a scythe.
I've got one of those.
A capital letter voice. Something chilling.
Is that all?
You want more? Get on with it.
Oh, goody. Another quest. I'm just flotsam on the sea of life.
Yeah, stop snivelling and get on with it.
I'd better just let it be.
It's like you found a movie projector host from one of those British cartoons. Yeah, I could see it.
Get your thieving hands off. That is for tea time.
But this is Death's kingdom. Time never passes here.
I never said tea time would be soon.
Potbelly stove. Really, nothing inside? I was hoping for goodies. We take the rat, and we put the rat in the stove.
The death of rats. Now appearing at a plague pit near you.
Hi, Albert.
Fun, are we?
Look, what was it I was after again?
Oh, I can't imagine, mister.
Albert, I would love to get that sugar from you. I think I can use the sugar
Just
on
tell
the
me what
horse
I'm
to gain
supposed
his
to be
trust.
doing.
What do horses love? They
A
love
bit of
sugar.
smoke, a scythe, a deep booming voice, and
Okay. Alright, I guess this is my, my return area.
This curtain's...
Ooh, hold up. Can I
just feel...
combine the string with the...
Tying that up won't do me much good.
I was hoping to combine the string with the curtain to make a cape.
I think you might be confusing me with someone who actually wants to exert themselves.
I don't have scissors, so I can't cut it up. No, okay. Let's keep exploring the house. I need one of these books here for Susan.
They're too heavy. heavy.
These books are simply too much. What flavor of book are you?
My life biography. Big print version, easy to read.
Now that's a book for kids if I've ever seen one.
Let's see, whose is this? Ah, Albert. Now what does it say at the moment? Albert sits and takes it easy, dreaming up more silly quests for the little twerp in the dress.
Come on, B Rinse wins.
A biography of somebody's life, still being written. Let's see what's happening now. Must be the Arch-Chancellor.
Nah, it's the beekeeper. I imagine that's what's going through the beekeeper's head every second of every day. He's just constantly buzzing.
Nope, can't budget.
Now you're just thinking of the Harry Potter on the PS1 with this music. I've still yet to play the Harry Potter game on PS1. I've heard nothing but awful things about it. With beautiful, beautiful Hagrid.
Are you kidding? Who knows what's hiding in the dark?
Okay, let's... Do we have anything we can light? We have matches. Let's take the matches. Also, if you yourself want to see me play Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PS1 for the low price of 15,000 channel points, you can do just that.
Good idea, but I'd only burn my fingers. Good idea, but...
In fact, you can suggest any PS1 game that I have not played. This game that we're playing right now, that's a Chad-picked game, baby. The game is fun to a degree. I imagine that can be said about most licensed PS1 games. And we've played a few. Morgan loves coming in here and getting me to play licensed PS1 games. You heard the Mary-Kate and Ashley game was fun? You see, I much prefer the one on GameCube.
Some of us have got a game to play. I wonder what this does.
We pull the cord and it drops an anvil on our head. I've seen enough Looney Tunes, I know what we're working with here. Okay, now we rush into the kitchen to steal the sugar to give to the horse. Got it.
Let's just leave him alone. I'll just sneak a look. Let's see. The last entry is Fool and Chucky. The last column hasn't been checked off yet. The previous entry says Scazzy's ants. Well, at least they're all correct and accounted for. Poor little souls.
I'm glad Death concerns himself with all of the insects.
I take it you rang the bell, did you?
Yes, I would
That's
like some
right.
sugar, please.
And what was it you was wanting?
No, nothing really. I must have forgotten.
Wonderful, sir. Then I shall get back to my duties. Please don't hesitate to ring the next time you think you kind of maybe might have forgotten what you wanted.
Oh, never fear. I will.
I've got an inkwell.
Nah, no thanks. I'll only end up knocking the old lot down. Each of these hourglasses represents somebody's life. Every grain of sand is a precious moment, never to be recaptured. I wonder what would happen if you added water. I wonder what this does.
Okay. I think we pull the cord and then we rush down. I'm glad I figured out I can hit triangle on the hand transitions in order to get items, or in order to shift scenes really fast. The Potbelly stove didn't actually do anything.
A pot-belly stove, eh? About time this one went on a diet. No need. I can see that the oven's empty. It's too hot to bother with.
This will more than likely come into play later. Okay, we have a book now. Let's go give the book to Susan. You should put your foot down. I did. That's why I need more ants. I will say, I still really appreciate the fact that every wizard in this game is just hooked out of their minds. Not a one of them are sober, and that's the best part. Can I interest you in book?
There. My ongoing life story. Are you satisfied?
Oh, look, an autobiography with join the dot pictures.
That's a catalogue of all my hopes and dreams, all my achievements. You treat it with just a little bit of respect, young lady.
Oh, look, here's your thought for the day.
Ah, what does it say?
Actually, the line is blank.
Give it back. Some people just don't appreciate quality literature. Now just tell me something else you'll take in trade. Anything but the story of my life.
All right, go get me one of the really old biographies then. One of those ones with pictures. They're kept in a locked dark room somewhere inside.
Okay, we need to find a way to get more light. Riozo, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. That actually puts us over into our sub goal, which I had not set yet. Well, shucks. Rozo, enjoy your emotes, your ad-free viewing, and your 20% boost to channel points. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we need to find some way to light up the darkened room in the library. You were wondering what the 8 out of 8 was. So I set a sub goal for 6, which was we're going to be doing a bunch of ps1 demo discs. But I'm still working on getting that one sorted. We'll think of something. I appreciate the sub nonetheless. Okay, so matches didn't work in this room. I wonder if I can... What is glue if not something I can light on fire?
There's no point in putting glue on that.
I suppose I can put my own
They're too
autobiography back, right? No. Hum.
What, shall I?
Let's try giving Albert the scythe, because he wanted us to find that.
Yep, there we are. Read it and reap, Albert. See? A scythe.
Oh, we are, Mr. Clever.
You've heard of Seesaw. Get ready for
I
Scythe.
suppose you've got some idea about how to use it?
Well, of course I can use a scythe. You just sort of, yeah, well, I'm sure I'll get the swing of it. It will just take a bit of practice.
Not inside where you'll scar my woodwork. Take it outside and reap the field. When that's done, then perhaps you might have enough skill to go and reap some souls.
You know, if I end up in charge, your job is definitely one for downsizing. A potbelly...
Wonder if I've played any Sam and Max games. I have not. My only real experience with point-and-click adventure games is the Monkey Island series, which... Huge fan of the Monkey Island series. I absolutely love pirates. Sam and Max, that's a detective one, isn't it? Now we reap the corn.
Ow, my back, my aching back.
I wonder if I need to get a brace of some sort for Rincewind. He needs to get himself one of those lifting belts. You know the ones.
I can't imagine there's much of a view. What exactly do you hope to see in the domain of death?
Somewhat, yeah, though it has a lot of the charm of Monkey Island. The only real difference is Sam and Max. went on to do a lot of games where Monkey Island had, you think, 2, maybe a few sort of versions of the original. There are 6 Monkey Island games. Secret of Monkey Island, Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge, Curse of Monkey Island. What's the 4th one? The 4th one's the one that's on PS2. Whatever the 4th one is, Tales of Monkey Island, which was the Telltale one, and Return to Monkey Island, which was the one that just came out last year? Oh, there's 6. How are the rest? 1 is phenomenal. 2 is great. It is a lot worse than the first one, though. 3 is my favorite in the series. 4 is genuinely bad. 5 has some redeeming qualities, but it's episodic and takes a long time to get through. And 6 is enjoyable, but it shaves off a lot of the edges that I found to be charming from the original series. There's my quick Monkey Island overview.
That's a good binky. There, I think he likes me now.
Give the horse some sugar. Horses love sugar. Alright, let's saddle up. Ride 'em, Rincewind. Oh.
Don't you just hate the way that certain characters join forces with game designers to make your life miserable?
You know, it worked with the surfboard. Why would it not work with the saddle? There's nothing inhumane about gluing the saddle to a horse, right? I guess we're more gluing it to Rincewind than anything.
I did it! See? I can ride! I can ride!
Yippee-ki-yay, sir.
But I did it! See? I passed the test!
Yeah, so I see. Shall I prize the saddle from your flesh now, sir? Or later?
The trouble with you, Albert, is you have no sense of fun.
Guybrush also appears in Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2 as a playable skin for Starkiller named Guybrush Threepkiller. There's a lot of those. There's a Monkey Island DLC for Sea of Thieves as well. Honestly, it's one of the quintessential pieces of pirate media, so you're bound to see a whole mess of Guybrush everywhere. Okay, we need a booming voice, which I imagine we're gonna need to get onto the roof of this and then talk into the Potbelly stove here. Oh, hold up. Oily rag. And I wrap the oily rag on the stick.
Can't be used to clean anything.
And I wrap the oily rag on the fishing pole. I want to create a torch. I never played The Force Unleashed 2. How was it? I played a lot of The Force Unleashed 1, and I enjoyed that game quite a bit. This is not the right room. Oh, this is the narrator from Grizzly Tales. It's Eric Idle. Game Breaker, you should be proud. I remembered his name. I felt a little bad when Kami rolled in here yesterday and was like, hey, this voice is familiar. Who is it? Like, it's the Monty Python guy. Don't remember his name, though. I remember it now. It's Eric Idle.
I'd only lose it.
Hmm. Can I wrap the burning rag onto anything? Oh. I get you. The rag's burning. I can use this to stun the bees. Nigel voices 11 characters in this game, if you recall correctly. Cool to know that he's still around doing things today. Yeah, this game is, what, 25 years old at this point? Alright, let's make our way over to the garden. Head coverings. Can I put the curtain over my head?
I've got a better idea. I'll go out there and play the game, and you come in here and risk life and limb, okay?
28 years old. Oof.
What do you want me to do? Throw it at them?
So I need something else to act as head cover. Okay, I don't think we have what we're looking for in this regard. Let's continue looking through the house to try to find something. Nigel always sounds like he's 75-year-old. To be at that age, 25, going all the way back. He's on IMDb. It's kind of like the Morgan Freeman voice situation. He's always just had the voice. Oh, I was hoping this was going to be like a Mrs. Cake's shop situation where I'd be able to walk left and then, oops, there's more stuff. Alright, sleepy time.
Forget it. Do you think they'd waste memory on animation of me sleeping? Ooh, a comfy looking bed if ever I've seen one. It's nice to at last have a room with a bit of colour in it.
Takes old damage from the game's age being called out. You want me to hit you with the biggest piece of old damage I think I've been hit with in an extremely long time? I was out with my partner at a family gathering of hers, and her little cousin comes up to me and was like, "You were born in the 19th century, weren't you?" I'm like, oh god. Oh, don't say those words to me. Ooh, wait, can I take these candles?
No point really, they're just props put there for background flavour. I hope I don't need a candle, in which case I'd have to figure something else out.
What if I take the knife and cut the candle?
Cutting that won't help me.
BS.
Cutting that won't.
You grew up with 90s point and clicks. So are you telling me this is a good old kick in the nostalgia?
Oh, not really. Death's got the skull.
Imagine being asked what a TV is. We are considered old. God willing, when that comes, I'll still be playing games on my Trinitron. So I'm guessing we need to get the beeswax from the beehive, and that'll allow us to make our own candle that we can light to look into the alcove. But we need some way to protect ourselves from bees. It always comes back to the bees. Every time it's just the bees giving us the business. And the curtain doesn't work as head covering. What if I put the oily rag on my head?
Wow, talk about smoke.
We use the knife on the bunny.
Cutting that won't help me. Cutting. Cut.
Let's hold up. So I'm a bit stumped on that one. I know we want to get up, or I think we want to get up to the roof so that we could talk into the chimney with the pot-bellied stove to give myself a booming voice.
Tying the rope to that won't make anything useful. Tie. You know.
Oh ho ho. Okay. Boomerang and a rope.
Tying that.
Chimney. That's what we're looking for. Do it again. Do it again. Alright, I think I'm finally starting to think the way that Discworld wants me to.
Albert. Albert. It is I. Death.
Really, sir? Nice to have you back, sir. Now we can get rid of that little prat in the pointy hat and dress.
Well, at least I've proved I can use the voice. I don't need one. Anyway, wouldn't suit my lapel. Flowers. Oh, what a surprise. They're black.
Do we say more? The game did a little beeping sound, so I don't think we need to do more than that. I think at this point it's just go to Albert and be like, hey look, I can do a voice. Fuck. I thought that said cloak for a second.
Nothing in this domain. What a lovely brutal swooshing sound this clock makes.
Are there any other rooms around here? I'm just not seeing. Nope, that's both rooms. Okay. Alright. Before we keep exploring for some kind of head covering, we are rounding out hour 1 of the stream, so we have an ad break coming up here in just a second. If you're new, I run 3 minutes of ads every hour in order to stop pre-rolls, which are ads that play as soon as the person joins the stream, and I don't like that. During this ad time, I put you guys over on the BRB screen and play you some music so no one misses out on anything. If you've been sitting for more than an hour, get up and stretch your legs, rest your eyes, all that fun stuff. Just generally take care of yourself. Alright. Everyone who's subbed, enjoy the music. If not, I hope to see you on the other side of this break. I'll be back in just a second, y'all. Alrighty, folks, we are back. Thanks everyone for sticking around through that break. I do appreciate it. Let's get back to it. We're still on the hunt for some kind of head cover. What's this over here? Not a dang thing. It's a little odd that it doesn't have you go, "You better watch your tongue, he's my successor," or something along those lines. I've learned not to question the Discworld solutions at this point. There's a beekeeper here. Of course we're supposed to hand the beekeeper a movie pamphlet to get him to leave. Why would we not? Let's look at our pockets again. What do we got here?
A rotten arm. Maybe we can start up some sort of trust fund or a charity, you know. Donate excess body parts to them what need them. Arms for the poor? It might just work, you know. An undead mouse. Surf's up! Cowabunga, dudes! I have no idea what that means, but it sounds right. Yo! A magnet. Evidence of a frightening world of physical forces that I'm quite happy to ignore.
What if we... hold up. Can we attach the magnet to the fishing pole?
Nope. Guess they aren't.
Oh, that's a shame. Good to know there's nothing metal at the bottom of the pond.
Feels like a hook in need of some bait.
Okay, we need some bait.
How cute. A little bunny rabbit for putting pajamas in.
Pajamas in.
Cutting that won't help me.
Destroy the rabbit. Yo ho ho, okay.
A cute little bunny rabbit, minus the stuffing. Feels like lace to me.
Can I cut the pajamas?
Cutting that won't.
No.
A nice lacy nightgown.
Can I use the ink on the nightgown?
The ink would only turn it black.
That's the point. That's what we're looking for, Rincewind. Don't you recall? We need to make ourselves a nice black pair of pajamas. It's what Albert asked of us. Okay, is the pajama enough to cover my face since it's made of lace?
What do you want me to do? Throw it at him? Well, at least it isn't an undergarment this time.
Okay, and now we take the oily rag.
Well, this should do the trick.
Bees have been sufficiently smoked.
I'll just sneak a little honey. They'll never notice.
Oh, is bee honey black?
Pot of evil black honey, as made by evil black bees.
Okay.
I'll just grab some wax.
Okay, now... wax plus string should make a candle. And now candle plus matches should light. And now we can go get the book. That's always how it is. It's just, we're missing one thing when it comes to the bees. Once we get that one thing, everything falls into place. Wonder if that's how they dyed clothes back then. They just rubbed evil honey all over it. I think you might be onto something here. Pigment from berries or flowers? Pfft, we use evil honey in these parts. Consider that your history lesson for the day, folks.
I better try and find a loose one.
Good enough for me.
Fascinating, isn't it? The length of desperate...
Just let me out. There we go. Alright. Let's give this book to Susan. You know, I appreciate that there are children out there that are still looking forward
They're too heavy.
to reading the nice book. It's refreshing to see a child taking an interest in literature, even if it's Death's great-granddaughter. That or they hated the smell of the dye, so they dumped honey to cover up the smell. They don't mind being stung by hundreds of bees. You build up an immunity to it. It's exposure therapy. Hey Susan, I have a book for you.
There. Are you satisfied?
Perfectly. This one's much better than yours. Here's the cart to play with. Let me know when you turn up in court.
Okay. We have the cart.
A toy cart.
Now what?
Now all we need are some teeny weeny oxen, some teeny weeny people, and we can start a teeny weeny wagon train. No way, who knows what's in it?
Dump in the pond, Rincewind. It can't be worse than the river in Ackmore Pork.
A jet black pond. And ooh, look, there's little white fish in it. Little white skeleton fish in it. Oh well, at least his
Skeleton
fish food
fish?
bills will be fairly small.
Catch the fish.
I'll only get it wet and probably stain it in the process.
Stain pajamas?
I'll only get it wet.
Stain the
I
curtain.
doubt that the water is black enough yet.
Water's not black enough. Throw the honey in.
I'll only get it wet.
Throw the ink in.
This should really blacken the water.
Along with killing the local fish population. Now dip the robe.
Now this really is blacker than black.
That's everything we needed, right? We have the scythe, we got the booming voice, we have the robe. I don't know what the whole... Oh, and we can ride the steed. I don't know what the whole point of getting the wagon was. The feeling when you see a beautiful girl and realize you're closer to her mother's age. That's when you really feel old. I can't say that's a feeling I have felt. I'm just at the point where I'm starting to feel old because all of my my friends growing up are getting married and having kids. And that's my oof, ouch. I can feel that one in my
Having
knees.
fun, are we?
Look, what was it I was after again?
I can't. A vault,
Just tell me what...
a black cloak,
Got
a
it.
scythe,
Got
a
it.
deep booming voice,
Got it.
and a demonstration.
Got it.
Surely he was some.
Do I need to put the robe on?
I think you might be confusing me with...
Do I give it to Albert? Ah, hand it over to Albert. Okay.
There we go. Light not only simply falls into it, but it doesn't even get a chance to scream.
Yes. Well, the cut could be better.
Albert!
Oh, very well. I suppose beggars can't be choosers.
Okay, that should be everything, right?
Having
Look, what? Albert, he's gonna... Albert.
Albert. Yeah, getting to that point when your parents and their parents having kids, essentially social peer pressure. I don't think I really feel any peer pressure to have children myself. I think there's enough people out there popping out babies that humanity's gonna continue on begrudgingly. Ooh, wait, can I use the mouse as bait?
Should I ever need to catch a vampire cat, I'll give it a try.
Ah, barn. No luck, no luck. Surfboard. Albert was saying something about how we needed to demonstrate our use of the scythe.
Ow, my back, my aching back.
No luck, just keep throwing out our back. Magnet.
Ooh. Nope. Guess they aren't attracted.
Totally forgot what the vampire mouse is used for. We've had it for most of the game. We've had it since Act 1. It's just been sitting in our pockets. He's just a little guy. It's his birthday. Okay, can I go fishing now?
I'd better not dye that black. A pond filled with ink. Normally, I'd worry about killing the fish, but I think in this case, the point is moot.
You know, Rincewind, you make a compelling argument here. Hit.
A soul pit? I've heard of money pits, but this is a new one on me.
Let's go fishing in the
I
soul
don't
pit.
think it even has a soul.
Let's chuck the vampire mouse into the soul pit. Alright, little buddy. You're going on an adventure.
He hasn't been reaped by the grim squeaker yet.
Dang.
I don't think it even has a...
Let's use the scythe on the mouse.
Reaping that won't advance the plot any.
Let's murder Susan.
I doubt whether she would find that exciting.
Okay. We need to find a way. We need to find a way to get the scythe to be usable by somebody unskilled like us. But how? Is there the soul of a farmer in here?
Little dots. Little dots, each with 6 little legs.
Like ants? Space ants? Skip the honeypot.
Good idea, but what should I do with it? Throw it at them? Oh, I hate to know what I'll catch.
We'll catch dots. Lots of little dots. We've acquired
A pot full of ant souls. There must be at least 100 of the little blighters.
What does that do for us?
A pot? There must... I think these little souls are past caring about something like that.
You really need a day where you don't put the glasses on the ridge of your nose. Are you out here with like the librarian look where you're sliding them down and then in order to look at somebody, you hit them with one of those? Your good old Ben Franklin bifocals. Starting to get a little sore from wearing them. Not like bleeding or anything, it just feels nice to not have pressure for a bit. Do glasses users develop calluses like right there on their nose where the little soft pieces are? Yes? Okay. That's what I figured. I don't have that many calluses on my person. I've got a little one right here on my ring finger from writing, then 2 on the middle 2 fingers, like right on my palm from lifting weights. Other than that, I don't think I have many calluses. They're all on my hands. It's like those are the things that I use the most. Okay, we need a way to cut the corn. And just using the scythe doesn't work. The surfboard already has glue on it. What if we glue the scythe to the surfboard?
Plot any?
Shame. You can even tell with them rubbing on that part of the nose, since the pressure and the bit of muscle memory does that with most people's glasses. Just stare right here at everybody to guess if they're wearing glasses or not. We still don't know what the cart is used for.
I think I can wedge the scythe in at the front.
I think we know what the cart is now used for. We've built a death machine. It's an Amogus. Do I get to keep the corn, though?
I'd need a scythe to make...
You know, the game keeps letting me down at every turn. I'm able to cut... I get a scythe, I'm not able to cut the corn. I get a way to cut the corn, I'm not even allowed to keep the corn. Okay, Albert. I think we've finished your list of menial tasks.
Ha! An entire field of corn reaped. Yeah, I've got you trembling now, eh? I'm apocalypse material now.
Oh, indeed, sir. You're gonna strike fear and trembling into blades of grass everywhere.
Right, I've ridden the horse, got the clothes, the voice, the scythe, the moves.
Yep.
Now, hold on. Being deaf isn't like delivering the papers. No, no, no. I can't let you go out hacking and slaying wholesale until you've had a trial run. Start small, mister. Collect 100 souls first, and then maybe you'll be ready to get out there and
Like the soul of 100 ants, maybe?
100 souls? Right now?
Yep.
Look, couldn't we, just come to an arrangement? Come on, 10 gold pieces says we just, forget all about it and get on with the story.
Bribery, eh? Trying to buy your way out of a quest? Where would we be?
When he says start small,
eh?
he means
Fine,
the girl.
Right, well, let's go get 100 lovely souls for
Good.
Albert and the principle
Good.
of complicated gaming, eh?
Bye-bye, mister. Don't trip and decapitate yourself on the way out.
Ah, still disking. We still disking. Hey, Kami, how you doing today, bud?
Ah, the gentleman from the Assassin's Guild. Do please come in and abase yourself at the edge of the yellow light.
Just got home, you're vibing. Big vibe hours. We appreciate those.
Now, come closer while I explain.
Honestly, that's my favorite part of the day, is getting home,
Not that close.
eating dinner,
Not that
vibing, all that
close.
fun stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Now look, I want someone removed. A potential troublemaker. Somebody who's become too popular for his, or should I say, my good. And there has to be no way of connecting myself with his demise.
So,
Say no more, sir.
how
Say no
would you
more. We
guys
shall strike like the
qualify
second hand of doom.
when something is
You
breakfast, when it's lunch, and when it's
in our
dinner?
wake. For you see, we are the night.
You are? I thought you were the
Because, like,
Assassin's
if you're a
Guild.
night shift employee and you're waking up at, like,
We are the Assassin's Guild, but we are also
8 o'clock, 9 p.m., something like
So,
that,
in
would your
fact,
first meal technically
you're
be
that
dinner, or
period
would
of
that
the
be
diurnal
breakfast?
rhythm defined by darkness, are you? So, nighttime thefts, muggings, murders, and overnight cart parking in restricted zones. We can just start billing the Assassin's Guild directly, can we? No more fussing about with tax collectors and fines.
What? But just because we are the night doesn't mean that we're responsible for the night.
Well, if you are it, then you have to control it.
The amount
And
of
if
time
you
passed since you woke up, so if I
control it,
take a nap, is it breakfast again?
This seems eminently sensible. I have a few thousand unpaid bills we can send your way by tomorrow.
No. Now look. All right. We aren't the night, but we are of the night. Of. So we are an integral part of the night, without assuming any controlling or otherwise responsible position. So, whereas we can assume custodianship of unpaid bills, this will only be as a...
Dinner is when you're hungry, breakfast is when you're in mourning.
A favor to you.
I see what you did there.
Until we find someone who utterly encompasses all aspects of the night, whereupon we can pass the bills on to him.
Oh, very well. So, in the meantime, just get on with this new job, huh? And don't mess it up like you did with the Fool's Guild last time.
Joke's on Albert, we already have 100 ant souls on us. Here you go, buddy.
Look, Albert. Look!
Oh, you found the commode. Well done.
No, Albert, I mean, I've managed to collect 100 souls.
Oh, well, I suppose you must be deaf material after all. I should have guessed it from all your lines. Oh, all right. Go out and reap away to your little heart's content, but you've got to be back before the bell tolls. You know how the other three horsemen hate hanging about.
I can't wait till we meet Pestilence.
Sometime later.
Oh, there you are, sir. And quite the
Honestly,
part you
Albert,
look.
just a little guy.
It's a job for you. Your very first.
What's this?
It's a lifetimer hourglass. It counts off the moments of its owner's life. As you can see, it's almost empty. Perhaps it's time for you to put down your milky tea and actually do some work.
All right. I'm going. Who does this hourglass belong to, then?
Oh, you'll find out. I think you'll find him quite easy to spot in a crowd.
Is it me? Okay, but this 100% feels like the intro to a 90s Nickelodeon show, right? This show came on in between Hey Arnold and Dave the Barbarian.
And now, Undead from Ankh-Morport. Welcome to the show, once voted most likely to reap a harvest of grown vegetables. And now, the person I guess we're all waiting for. Here's Death!
Ah, he still has his core cat.
Whoa. Yeah. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You're a beautiful audience. if somewhat stupid. Ah, it's so good to see people who are upright and breathing. Of course, you know why my old job was always so hard. I only had a skeleton staff. Ha ha ha. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Death.
Death who?
Death.
This is some interesting line reading. You should have heard him reading Shakespeare earlier.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Not the
so you've heard that one, eh?
bones. No. Honestly, this game is filled with so many different possible skeleton alerts.
Alas, poor Death. I knew him, Horatio, a man of infinite jest.
Well, not exactly infinite.
I didn't think I was doing too badly.
Maybe it's best not to quibble at this point in the proceedings. This is ridiculous. How can Death die?
The more like me you became, the more mortal I became. Sod it. I was just starting to get the hang of this. Oh dear, I really do think I'm fading. Maybe taking time off from my job wasn't
He's
such
already
a
dead.
good idea
Not
after
quite
all.
dead. Nobody can die as long as Death's
well,
not
I
doing
suppose
his
it's in
job.
good hands.
Including Death?
Ta-ta. Have fun being the Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper? What do you mean, Grim Reaper?
Well, if I'm gone, then the job's yours. Through all eternity.
But I can't be the Grim Reaper. I'll get queasy just squishing caterpillars on the baby lettuces. No, stop it. I don't want to be left holding the scythe.
Nope, I'm slipping, I'm afraid. My time is running out. I wish I'd had a mother, because if I'd had a mother, I could cry out, Mother. But I didn't, so I can't. Blast. Other famous last words are, Don't point that at me. And, Why is that red light flashing? And, How does Dibbler make a profit on this stuff at 5 groats a bottle? I know them all.
I think my last words are going to be, I think I could do a
Which one
backflip
shall
right
I
now.
use? Let me see now.
Bet you
All right,
$5
just
I can do a
stay there, and I'll try
backflip.
to get you on your feet again.
No, get the hat.
Act 4.
Wow.
Till death.
Act 3 was so short. Bone stock. That's just chicken broth. Hey Death, how you doing over here, buddy? Bones.
I wonder if there's any market for xylophones these days.
What about here?
I
Bones.
wonder if there's any...
And these right here, bones. Okay, but what about these ones? Bones. And that's bones. What's this over here? Bones.
He made a dreadful death, but he might make someone a damn fine desk ornament.
Ooh, I'm going. I'm going.
And he's
Here I
gone.
go. I'm still going, you know.
All right, something to fill up your hourglass.
Reaper's out here
I'm
edging
working on it.
death.
Honestly, you think nothing was done around here without me? Once, just once, I'd like to see an adventure based on Rincewind stays in bed and gets some kip while everyone else runs around and collects stupid objects on his behalf.
Okay, but can I have the hat? I would like this hat, please.
No point, it's blown to shreds.
How dare you? Fine, we'll take the cork. I want the hat, though. You know, that's what we need. We need a point-and-click adventure game where it's just somebody goes out and collects as many hats as they can. Alright, what do we got in our pockets?
Why does Death have an hourglass? A little redundant, I would have thought. Odd.
I don't have a lot of direction here. What exactly am I trying to do?
The greatest city on the Discworld. All roads lead to
Oh, I can't go in Ackmore Park or
a
Hollywood.
place where false dreams come true, or at least can be put on celluloid. The gateway to the...
Okay. Can I go to the cartwheel?
Not really much you can say about a cartwheel in the desert.
I can go to the cartwheel. Okay, okay. Hey, old man. Can you tell me how to bring death back to life?
A desert prophet. Hello there up the pole.
Angus! Angus! There's someone at the pole! What? Well, put it down right now! You can give yourself a... Oh, there's a...
Look, I don't want to be any... I'm just wondering why you're at...
It's all... You... Hey?
Okay, yeah, we've already had these lines.
So this...
Oh, Angus! If you want Angus...
Yeah.
You just...
Alright. Nothing all too useful there.
It's all important.
We can go to the pyramid. Please let me loot the mummy. I wish to steal this mummy.
Well, there's all sorts of obvious... And trick you wait. Well, you're not getting it from me. So, you better think of something else, I guess.
Hit him with the Reaper Mobile. It's time for a hit and run.
No point reaping.
Ooh, what if we go reap the guy at the wagon wheel? Oh, sorry, the cart wheel.
He has no need of material things. What? Give my hard-earned belongings to a...
I don't think reaping anybody is the answer here.
A cork. Better in than out, as they say. Feels all corky to me.
Just a little corky. Also, just think who the other Grim Reaper was. Forgot that Tom Baker was the Grim Reaper in the PSP Medieval game. I will say, that PSP Medieval game has probably one of my favorite line reads of all time. When you're first starting out and it gives you the loading screen for Dan's crypt, and it hits you with Dan's crypt, the best place to find a dead Dan. The delivery on that line is just perfect, and I love it. Bones. Luggage, can you please move, buddy? I want to look at these bones.
I'd better just let it be. This skeleton belongs to the vultures, I presume. This must be that carry-on baggage I'm always hearing about.
Excuse me. There's a lot of really good line reading in the Medieval series. I've still yet to do Medieval 2. I played the first one on stream, and I played the PSP version of the first one when I was a young warthog. But I still need to play the second one. Which, hey, that's always an option. In chat, you can always pick a PS1 game for me. There's a few games that I've played the first few entries of the series, but I still need to get in there and finish the rest. And there's some that I've played a few games in the series and I don't need to, like Tomb Raider.
I'm in the mood for frogs. Yeah. Frogs are the things I've been thinking of. But they're so small and green, and they reign supreme in this crazy Cassandra's house of love. Oh, oh, oh!
Ooh, much better.
Yes, yes.
Ooh, I like this one. Quite right. Plenty enough to go around.
How'd you cook it? Sage and onions?
Sage and onions? In the middle of the desert?
Oh, turmeric, rose water and onions then. Come on.
Yes.
Whoops. Well, there goes Casanunda. I'd watch what happens next, but I'll probably be here for days.
My man.
Popping hummus.
Oh, wait. Yuri Geller here told me about the Fountain of Youth once. Yuri, my friend.
Witness the all-powerful mystic-type skills of what would be the Far East if that direction existed here. Watch now as...
Tell me about this Fountain of Youth again.
What about these other mystic powers?
We have their fabulous... We have the mystic men sitting in deserts, and we have cut-rate camels, although they're not...
Oh, really?
You want more? Then we have the Fountain of Youth.
That's what we want.
Indeed, you can get a second childhood without all the dribbling and unfortunate bad-type smells.
Now that sounds more like it. Where might I find that?
Oh, I've forgotten.
When they call your people fakers, they're not joking, are they?
How dare you cast aspersions on my mighty powers of, what's it? Mine's got... There is a prospector what comes through here every now and again. He goes everywhere. He's been around for centuries. You ask him if he's ever seen a greater saint.
For N.
Is this going to be a matter of I need to enter and exit this place over and over again until the prospector shows up? Granted, you can't go wrong when your main actor puts a bucket on his head for doing all of the voice acting. It's also a shame the third game never came out, but the plans for it are, for most part, being talked about. You know, you see a lot of people do like PC ports of games, or at least that's been a trend recently that I really appreciate. I think it's fantastic to see old games get a new light with like recompiles and bug fixes and all that fun stuff. I'm sure you could have somebody who can look at the plans for Medieval 3 and do it some justice in creating it. Let's just try exiting and re-entering a bunch. Maybe it's a % chance thing for the prospector to show up. Also, do you guys want to know something that grinds my gears? Something that absolutely drives me up the wall? So I mentioned that there are a lot of PC ports being made for games. Like, you've got a Crash Team Racing one in the works, Severed Chains exists for Legend of Dragoon, there was just one being made for Majora's Mask, and Ocarina of Time one already exists. One was made for Link's Awakening. You have this group of individuals that thinks that... Oh. Hold up, little guy detected. Let's pause to make sure we don't miss anything. You have this group of individuals that thinks that the higher frame rate a game is, the better the game becomes. So, like, I was watching a Legend of Dragoon speedrunner, as I am one to do, and they were doing a speedrun of Severed Chains, which is the PC port, and they were running a 4K AI upscaling mod and a 60 FPS patch, and the game just looked bad. It looked super uncanny and like grossly smooth. Games on the PS1 for the most part were designed around the frame rate and resolution being what it is. And a masterpiece like Legend of Dragoon takes that into account. So when you take that out, you end up with just like a really gross looking experience. It's like those videos you see of like Goku versus Vegeta from Dragon Ball upscaled in 60 FPS, and it just looks bad. There are animation fundamentals that require you to be locked at your, 24 frames a second? Things like that. And if you go way above that, it just kind of looks... I don't like it. It looks uncanny. It's bad. It hurts. I feel the same way when I see people doing like OOT randomizers and they're playing it with the 60 FPS patch and things just look bad. Oh, he's moving. Will he ever stop? I don't know. He hid behind the mountains. I don't know. It might be that I'm PS1 pilled, but I don't really care about frame rate in games. Like, as long as the game isn't running at 30 FPS and then has disgusting dips every now and then, I'm fine with a game that's running at 30 or 15 FPS. It's still playable.
I better not fiddle with his camel.
I wish to fiddle with his camel.
Hey, look, a canteen. Nothing inside. The saddlebags are...
I have sentenced this man to death. I have stolen this canteen and he will now die. As long as it's not stuttering. See, exactly. Like, Ocarina of Time runs at what? 15 frames a second? And that's perfectly fine. The game runs at a relatively consistent 15 frames a second. But like, seeing people look at the Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remake and be like, it plays at 30 FPS. This is a terrible scam. Like, is it really? It's not. This remake is phenomenal. And he's back to the mountain. So he loops around here as if maybe this is where the Fountain of Youth is. Talk to me about his cantina.
Water. Well, it's wet, runs downhill, and you can see through it. Would you want a chemical analysis?
Yes. Granted, you don't know what ghosting would look like for games, just because ghosting is when frames in between frames wouldn't exist, so it's just made up to what they're supposed to look like. Yeah. There's a lot of animation properties like smear and follow through that just, when you add in those extra frames, it makes it look disgusting. There's a certain amount of obfuscation and animation that you kind of need to allow a person's brain to fill in the details. And that's what makes something really interesting to look at. Hold up, can I go back to quadruple X? Okay, I can still get here. Let's see if surfing is something that's useful. Time to surf. The sort of animation used for getting jobs over getting work done that stands out much more in a project as a whole. The style, but literally the frames in one moment, working on for 2 seconds. The rest of the episode is on 4s. Yeah.
I don't think I can actually remove them.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of weird little guys out there, and the takeaway is I think more people need to relax and enjoy things for what they are and not try to make them look gross. It's kind of like the number go big mentality, right? Like, you could play Deus Ex at 12,000 frames per second. You wouldn't recommend it, though. Is there any way we can track his movements here? Can I replace this cantina with anything? The mouse. The mouse is finally going to come in handy.
How would putting that in his saddlebags help me?
Alright, let's work down the list. Hey, that one worked. Did we get it in 2? How many FPS is real life? 2. The real world runs at 2 frames a second. Our brains just try real hard to fill in the gaps. Heyo, there's the Fountain of Youth. Alright, before we go to the Fountain of Youth, we are rounding out hour 2 of the stream, so we have an ad break coming up here in just a moment. I'm going to throw you guys over on the BRB screen and play you some tunes while those ads play. We'll be back in just a moment, folks. See you guys on the other side. you know, it's been a little bit since I've shown Toad off, so let's show this to you guys. We were talking earlier about how some people have regrets about throwing away their old childhood teddy bears, and they wish they had it, not for like keeping in their bed with them, for at least like putting on their shelf for sentimental reasons. I can show off what I have on my shelf next to my bed. It's Toad. It is just a massive Toad statue made out of perler beads. Look at that bad boy. Full 3D, large, heavy as hell. So if ever you're wondering what I did on stream before I streamed PS1 games, it's this. I made perler statues, which here we can hold it up here. You can see it's made out of just layers and layers of meticulously placed tiny beads. God, I love this statue. I'm gonna real quickly go put this back on my shelf. Back in those days, I also made a life-size skull that was made out of glow-in-the-dark beads. I made a Lotad, which is also sitting over on that shelf. I made a rubber ducky with a bow tie. That one is at Alex's place, though. I gave that to her. And I made a life-size replica of the Monado from Xenoblade, but that one is actually pretty fragile, just given the way that its weight is distributed, so I don't touch that one. It is sitting on display and will not be moved. Alright. With all that said, we have discovered the Fountain of Youth. Let's get back to it. Act 4, baby! Here we go. I'm glad the luggage made it here before me. He's such a speedy little guy.
I can't hold water in my bare hands, and I'll only get wet trying to get some sand. There's lots of sand in the bottom. The water is spurting up through a little hole in the base.
Cork the fountain.
I need something to put it in first. Gee, there's hardly any.
Just start scooping it in. Man, now Death is gonna live forever. Here it is, the new best skeleton alert. Just imagine he gets baby fingers. That would have been hilarious. He sticks his hand in to cork it and pulls it out. It's just a little tiny baby hand. Oh no. Not the Assassin's Guild. See, and that was what the golf bag was used for.
Damn. I forgot to shout 4.
Death saved us. Thanks, Death.
Epilogue. Queen Kong.
That was all Act 4 was so short.
Say farewell to all your bills, rip up all your wills, and pop your final pill. Amen. That's it.
And everyone hated it. Who is Freddy Krueger on the left? He's the head of the Undead Council. Him, the Boogeyman, our dead wizard, a vampire duke and duchess, a banshee who will not stop talking.
Well, I never.
Ooh, I say. Oh, that is good.
Run, you fools! It's for real!
She got the librarian! Rincewind now must become Beautiful Joe. I now understand why it's called Queen Kong. And still no use for the mouse. I believe we'll find a way to use the mouse.
I'm not sure whether they spent enough on the script for this movie. It seems to be all just special effects.
Is it intermission yet? I was hoping for something nice and sticky on a stick.
The only thing sticky around here is this finale. Get on with it!
Oh, we're still in control. Lady, give me your broom.
Leave that alone. It's not for the likes of you. No.
I haven't even asked it yet.
Oh, all right. Ask away.
That's better. Now, can I have the flying broom, please?
No.
Right. There, see? It doesn't hurt to follow the correct forms. Now, if you don't mind, it looks like I'll have to get busy going on a silly quest to wrinkle the wretched thing out of you.
Hello there, young man. Having a good day?
This is clearly some attempt at sarcasm. Haven't you got anything better to do than sit here all day?
Well, it's not every day I get to see a man torn to pieces by a giant elf.
Oh, yes. Point taken. Are you sure this is where you want to be? I mean, it's not exactly safe, is it?
I don't know. The safest place seems to be wherever you are.
If he did go Beautiful Joe, he would sound more like Austin Powers and go, "Henshin a go-go, baby."
She's right there, you know. Wait, only the...
You're so right, though.
Sorry.
Hi, Dibbler.
Bladders! Get your bladders here! Only a groat apiece, and even then I'm cutting my own throat.
Bladders? Are you taking the pic... Bladders?
Bladders, my friend, a rustic forerunner of the more familiar rubber balloon, as enjoyed by children. This is absolutely true. Who says computers aren't educational? I've got sheep bladders, vole bladders, moose bladders. You want a bladder? I'm your man.
You know, I believe you.
You can do other things besides blow 'em up, you know. Oh, dozens of uses a good bladder. Although right now, I admit I can only think of one or two. One, really.
One bladder,
Right.
please.
I'd like to buy some bladders, please.
Certainly, Squire. Now then, what sort? We've got your rat, your vole, that's the field vole, meadow vole, and the killer Clatchian vole.
The killer vole?
Oh yeah, you know the ones, 6 feet long, covered in poisonous spines, with incisors like chisel blades.
Starting to like the sounds of that one.
Voles were sweet little things, you know, small and brown and covered with fur.
Not these ones, sir. Take your arm off in an instant. They've levelled whole continents. Obliterated ships filled with puppies, baby kittens, and innocent nuns.
Not the
Wait a
puppies.
minute. These look like sheep bladders. It comes to something when a poor sheep is finding its essential organs floating around as kiddies' balloons.
Sheep, sir? Never, sir. Catch me arming sweet little creatures with curly wool and big brown eyes? Nah, not on my life. Cut me own throat if I tell a lie. These have been taken from Clatchian voles. A life form so foul, sir, so venomous, so putrid and psychotic that the hunters, sir, the hunters were all awarded medals for services to humanity. Clatchian voles is like rabid sharks on legs, sir.
Oh, well, that's all
I
right.
do like
In
sharks,
that case,
though.
Give me some of them.
Right you are, Squire.
I just hope they had time to go to the lavatory first, though. I can't just climb up the wall.
Bladders, get your bladders.
Yeah, you find high
here.
frame rate in RPGs to be a little odd because, well, why? You can only really see it being nice for cutting down load times between screens, and that's really it. I mean,
I'll best
in
leave
like
it alone.
an
Granny might
action
get
RPG,
jealous.
it makes sense, right? But in a turn-based RPG, what are you really doing?
Best leave it alone. Granny might get jealous. I'll get confused talking to anybody in this game, let alone a crowd.
Bladders, get your bladders here.
But yeah, I
Look at
get
that
you.
lot. Like a school of guppies at feeding time. Look at that lot. Like a school of guppies at feeding time. Look at that lot. Like a school of guppies at feeding time. Look at...
I was in a loop.
Look at that.
Hold up, hold up.
I'll get...
Bladders,
Game menu,
get
save
your
game.
bladders here.
How did I do that? I wedged myself in a way that my circle input wasn't being read.
Look at that lot.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it again. Dang.
You can swap minds with this raven, can you?
Yes, I'm very good at it.
Oh, go on. You can't possibly manage to put all your knowledge and experience into that tiny little avian brain.
Of course I can. Just watch.
And now we steal the broom.
What a clever woman. Clever, yet oddly dumb. Animal bladders, empty and deflated. No way, he might...
Okay, but what if we put the mouse
I
in the
can't put that
bladder?
into the...
What if we put
Nah.
the water into the bladder?
Bladders, get your
Yep.
bladders here.
Animal bladders filled with water. We could be onto something here. I can't just climb up the wall. Well, we're on the right track. On a scale of trackness, I'd give us a 7 out of 10.
Balloons in inventory?
Wooden...
Bladders, get your bladders here.
Hit her, Rincewind. Hit her with the stinky balloons.
What is it now? The dead are supposed to rest in peace, you know. Run! It's a falling giant woman!
Do not run.
And that's another thing. In my day, girls were sweet, demure little things, not 60-foot tall monsters like you apparently get now.
What's your type of woman? Massive.
And I'm also pretty sure that in my day,
Big.
they all actually wore some...
Everyone on the internet. I wish that were me.
Sometime later.
So, it's you at last, is it? So where do you think you've been?
Sorry, it's been a bit of a confusing week.
Confusing? I've been undead since 10:30 on Tuesday morning. I mean, I wouldn't complain, but I lost 17 pence just on blowfish since I died. You'd think the afterlife would be cheaper, wouldn't you?
Well, I've said sorry, haven't I?
So
Come
big.
on, let's
Not
have a
reading the rest of
curry
that.
before we go. My treat.
Game Breaker, I'm getting out the spray bottle, hitting
all
with
right, that is rather decent of you. By the way, I tried strangulation, drowning, poison, traffic accidents. I even listened to improvised jazz music. But that just made me wish I was dead. Or that the musicians were dead at any rate. How did I finally manage to go?
You got sat on by a giant elven queen.
Now there's one I never
what a
thought of
way to
trying.
go.
Still, if you gotta go...
Bend. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. That's death.
There's a place you're always welcome. That's as nice as it can be.
Voice of Rincewind, Eric Idle.
Everyone can get in, 'cause it's absolutely free. That's death. No need to take a breath.
What a game.
Just fly around all day with not a single
All
bill
right.
to pay. Hooray, that's
Let's pull up that that list here and
This is all flu.
put in our final ratings.
Live beyond your means. You can die beyond them too.
What a game Discworld was. Uriah core credits.
Stand the finest.
Morgan, I don't know how much of this game you saw, but it was filled to the rim with so many possible skeleton alerts.
On the other side, that's death. Say farewell
With the
to
Grim
all
Reaper
your
being
Rip up all your
a very centralized plot point, there was just, it was filled to the rim with skeletons.
Amen. That's death.
Bones all day, bones all night. That's what I'm getting at.
If you're not feeling great, then it's the best way to lose weight, mate.
Let's see.
Nothing here to hurt you.
How do I feel about Discworld II?
Come
Mortality
down to
Bytes.
me if your life's a drag.
I struggle with point and click adventure games just given their
For wealthy and well-bred.
moon logic-esque puzzles and lack of conveyance of what exactly you're supposed to be doing. I think modern ones definitely give you a much better experience with offering you hint systems and things like that, so you're not stuck running in circles trying to figure out that you have to give the pamphlet to the beekeeper. But in standing off those edges, you lose a decent amount of the charm that you get in games like this from the the atmosphere and the writing. The writing is really the big part of it, right?
And that's death.
Throwing rocks from afar, Terry Pratchett. This is a tough one. This is tough to render a final verdict on. I'm thinking I'm going to give this game a solid 5 out of 10. If you like point-and-click adventure games, or you really enjoy dry British humor, then I think you're going to have a great time with it. If those aren't really your cup of tea, get it?
Oh, you say I'm just a smelly little imp, and so I say hooray.
Then chances are you really aren't going to enjoy this game at all. I feel okay with that rating.
Smelly, smelly, smelly everywhere.
With that said, we still got some time for stream left, so I'm going to put you guys over on the BRB screen, and I think we're going to switch on over to our next chat-picked game, which... Hey Morgan, you're gonna hate this. It's another JRPG. When we get back, we'll start up on Legend of Mana. I will be back in just a moment, y'all, and then we can get lost in a fantasy world with a little bit less British influence. Alrighty, y'all. We'll be back in just a moment. I'll see you when I'm all set up.